friends, it is time for another rousing episode of everything I cooked for my clients in the Hamptons. I usually play my day around banging out projects that can sit for the longest or take the longest to execute, which usually means baking and marinating first. In this case, I got going on a lemony almond cake and a blueberry jam that went on the stove while I cleaned up this pork tenderloin and marinated it with just some mustard and some aromatics. Threw that in the fridge, and then I got working on the fish tonight. Y'all know I like to do 2 different proteins for every meal. Hit this sole with some lemon zest and sweet paprika, and then a little bit of wine in the pan. And then it was on to the veg work. Got the potatoes boiling, and then trimmed up this beautiful asparagus that I'm going to throw on the grill later. First time for everything, but I actually had a little bit of leftover sourdough, so I turned those into croutons for the green salad. Potatoes got hit with a little bit of Parmesan cheese and olive oil and some herbs. Those are going to get roasted later. I pretty much always do a green salad. Tonight I threw a bunch of basil in there. I think it's a really fun addition to throw whole herbs into your salads. And then it was time for Grill Daddy to report for duty. Threw those pork tenderloins and the asparagus on. It was kind of a crappy day out, but we persevered. And then this is my favorite moment just before service, when everything is ready to fire and ready to rock. The last little bit of cooking that I needed to do was to glaze these gorgeous nectarines. I threw a little apple cider vinegar, brown sugar, thyme, and stone ground mustard, and then I dolloped those all over that gorgeous grilled pork loin. Tossed together the green salad with my Hamptons vinaigrette, of course, and then just plattered everything up. Finished the potatoes with some fresh herbs and hit the grilled asparagus with a little balsamic drizzle and plenty of herbs to finish the fish. And while everyone served themselves, I cleaned up the kitchen a little bit before it was time to get into gear for dessert. I portioned up the cake, which had tons of lemon zest and a little bit of almond meal in there. I think the almond meal helps keep cake super moist. Did a little bit of maple whipped cream to finish off this cake and blueberry moment, and that, my friends, is all in a day's work.